Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Returning Home podcast, hosted by yours truly, Liem. And in today's episode, we're going to be diving deep into finding your purpose and grounding your purpose. I feel like a lot of people talk about how we can actually find our purpose, but then I discovered within my journey of, discovering my purpose and fulfilling that here on the planet, it was not as straightforward as just doing it and fulfilling it. And it's quite a journey. And so in this episode, I want to actually talk about my journey that I've had with finding my purpose and then grounding it into reality, which has been a year-long process, and it still is a process. And hopefully along the way, through you journeying with me in this whole path that I've walked, you will find some of the tools, or you'll gain tools or knowledge or information that is useful for you right now on the path that you are walking and the purpose that you are fulfilling in this moment. And so, if that's something that you're interested in, then this episode truly is for you. Without further ado, let's hop right in today's episode. So I'm sitting here in the yoga shala that we are practicing yoga in. For those of you who are not watching with video or, watching with video, I'm sitting in Bali in a very, very beautiful place, which is called the Yoga Searcher. I highly recommend going here if you're on a holiday or if you're traveling around or you're actually deciding to live here for a while. It's one of my favorite places to come, and the reason why is because it's open, so it's directly in nature. You're practicing yoga in the energies and the beauty of Balinese nature and the smells of all the incense. And so I thought this is a perfect spot to regularly film my podcast in the upcoming months. I might change locations and share with you some of the beauty that I get to experience, and I might be able to bring some of that magic to you if you're unable to see it for yourself in real life. And so that is a bit of the context of the juice that we're diving in today. So finding my purpose, let's just start right with it. Finding my purpose has been quite a wild journey, and I'm still on a journey. And I think for a lot of you who are awakening to your truth and you're awakening to this whole new world, you're also aware of we come here with a mission. Some of you might know it as your soul mission, or otherwise called your soul's purpose. And it might be a journey of conscious seeking of what that actually is. Now, when I stumbled across my purpose, which really felt like I stumbled across it, I wasn't searching for it. I was directly in the experience of life, experience of the exploration of my passions, and just enjoying it all without actually doing it with purpose. And that's quite funny, because I feel like often we think like finding our purpose is like a biggest thing that we can do and we have to do, and it's like our mission, or it's one of our purposes is to find out what our purpose is. But I do believe that within the seeking of it, you're never really going to find it, because whatever you're seeking, the implication that you have is, I don't have it yet. And so this episode is going to be a bit different. It's not really going to give you the tools. However, I'm going to give you some of the tools, but not like the seeking tools, like do this and you'll find it. I think the most important thing within life is to disconnect from our minds, to disconnect from all the strategies and all the information and the knowledge, and it's to connect with our hearts, connect with our presence, connect with our being, and allow ourselves to expand in that, expand in the being of you without a purpose, with the purpose of just being. And I like, in my mind, I'm going to record multiple podcasts right now, and one of the themes is going to be present. So if that's something that you just now intrigued you with this, with me talking about this, then you're definitely going to enjoy that episode. But for now, we're going to stick with finding purpose. And it highly has to do with just being. And that's what I mean with, I wasn't seeking for my purpose, I stumbled across it, or I stumbled upon it. It's because I was not busy with trying to seek anything. I was just so occupied with being and finding the joy in that, and just living it up through just being with whatever I was doing in that moment. And through that, I found my purpose. I was just discovering, exploring myself, exploring life, and in complete awe of life and the beauty of it. And there was no like future planning, there was no worry, there was just stillness. And through that, there is something that happened within me. And through this kind of click that happened, I found freedom. I really found what it felt like to be me, to be free, to be in the here and now. And when you get to that point, and I know that a lot of you probably meditate a lot, and you have these practices where you're just truly being you're just being present in the moment. And when you're there long enough, you'll feel that you're going to feel a sense of gratitude appear. Gratitude of being alive, gratitude for life, for the beauty of it all, gratitude for all your experiences, and a gratitude of the deepness of that. And I cannot really explain it in words, because I feel like it's something that's beyond words. It's beyond being, explained. It's a frequency. It's something that you tap in. It's a feeling. It's an emotion. It's a connection that you make. And so finding your purpose lies in that. I found freedom. And through experiencing that, I felt like, whoa, we're in this whole other world, within this world that we can tap into. And I love for other people to experience this freedom. I'd love for other people to feel what it is to feel this way without actually changing anything in your outer circumstances. I didn't have anything more than I did before. I didn't accomplish anything more than I did before. I wasn't like a more accomplished human being as you would describe it in a 3D matrix way. I felt so accomplished within myself without actually accomplishing anything. And that's how I believe you find your purpose. It's through being you, through being present, through becoming connected with yourself and the life around you. And so when I finally found that, I was like, okay, now I feel this intrinsic need, or this almost like, yeah, it's a need. It's like I have to. It's almost an urge to share this with the world. There wasn't really a conscious decision that happened. I was like, this feeling was just so expensive. And that's what you'll probably feel when you find your purpose. It's such an expensive intrinsic need or urge that you will feel like, I have to share this with the world. There's no other way around it. And you'll start doing that. You'll start sharing it with the world. And maybe, you know, for me, part of my purpose, I believe and I feel, is sharing a message with the world. Maybe your purpose is completely different, but you'll feel the expensive energy in that. You'll feel the expensiveness of connecting with that mission. And no doubt in your mind, you're going to know what that is and how to go about it. And that's what I did. I just followed what I felt intrinsically. This is what I need to do. And so I started back in 2018 or 2019. It was actually 2019. I started sharing my message on social media. I started just posting a lot more. And usually I wasn't that bothered with posting. I thought it was something superficial. But now I actually saw the power of social media, how it could be used, how you could reach millions and millions of people. And I was like, it's my responsibility to share this with the world. Because if it changed me, if it changed my life, it can change so many other lives. And this is how I started to take action. And something that I want to share with finding your purpose, it's not like you have this like clear package that you receive when you find your purpose, like of how to ground it actually, or how to bring it to other people, or how to ground it in physical reality. So knowing what it is, it's amazing. And then it's like, okay, how the actual F am I going to fulfill this? Okay, so there is a monkey here. I'm going to turn this camera around. That was shocking. Yeah, I know. I have my phone here. It's already on the other side. Okay, that was super funny. Just got interrupted by some real life action in nature. Looking after my stuff because they're cheeky. These monkeys are super cheeky. They get your stuff. And I heard some people who got their phone stolen or things stolen, and they just throw it somewhere back in nature. Oh, it's coming back. But yeah, they're harmless, but they're cheeky and they're funny. You're not gonna do anything? Hey. He's here.
He's here?
Yeah. It's okay. Okay, so I totally got interrupted there, but I think I was saying something about grounding your purpose. And so there's not a clear package of actually how to actually do it, how to actually ground that purpose. And it's through following your intuition, playing with trial and error, how you can actually find the sweet spot of that. And I've tried so many different things. And as I was growing, I found that, you know, there are 101 ways for me to actualize my purpose. And first, I thought it was sharing my voice on social media, sharing a product, helping people to financially be free. And through me growing, and through me awakening, and through me expanding on my mission, I actually found something that was beyond the packaging that I gave it, which was sharing my voice, literally speaking. And this is how my journey on YouTube started, because I felt actually I want to dedicate my life. I want to dedicate my passion, because it is a passion. It's like this expansive feeling, a need, an urge to share this message. And I found out about YouTube, and it was perfect for me. And I allow myself to be in this process and to expand in the vision and in my intuition. And that is something that you will find as well. When you embark on the path of living your purpose, I really, really view it as an art. I really, really view it as it's almost a legacy. And I'm not creating this for the purpose of creating a legacy, because I think the best legacy that you can leave is just you being you and being you fully with others and everything that you leave behind. It's not so much for the purpose of creating a legacy. It's the art of living the life the way you want to live it, sharing your unique gifts with the world, making a living in some sort of way, and living like that fully. I believe the greatest purpose that you can fulfill is to step into the version, your highest self, the person who you actually already are, embodying that fully. And through embodying that, you're going to share something that is so uniquely intrinsic, expansive within you. That is your purpose. And there is not a logical way of how to go about that. And we have to give ourselves the space to actually explore, discover the depths of our being and the depths of how we can manifest our being in this world. And that's an art. It's the greatest art you will live, the greatest art you'll express, the greatest art you'll share with others, the greatest art that you will leave behind. And so I truly feel that this is the end of this episode. Thank you so much for sharing it with me. I hope that if you're on this journey, this in some sort of way resonated with you and was helpful for you. And I hope you enjoyed that sweet monkey who joined us on the conversation. Yeah, I think that this really is it for now. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you have liked this episode, please like this episode, click that like button, and share this episode with anyone who you think could benefit from this message right now. Of course, if you're tuning in from YouTube, if you're listening on Apple Podcast or Spotify, be sure to give this episode a 5-star review if you've enjoyed this episode, so this message will be spread out to everyone who needs to hear it right now. And check out my brand new merchandise, which you can find in the link in the description below. I'm super excited about how this all turned out, and I'm so grateful for anyone who's purchasing the merchandise and wearing it and showing it. I truly believe that if you wear this merchandise, you will spread the message of love, light, and positivity and awakening with the world who desperately needs it right now. And you'll also support me in keep continuing fulfilling my purpose, sharing this journey, sharing content for free 3 times a week, every single week. So I really appreciate it if you purchase some, if you want. And I think that that's truly it for now. Thank you so much for tuning in. Keep growing, keep expanding, and keep being your beautiful self. I'm looking forward to see you in the next one. Bye for now.